Hello, 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 and welcome back to Ashbury Dales here for episode 9 on Snapdragon Cities. Well, where do you find us? You find us surveying our glorious, glorious city, and how glorious it is. We can see we're occupying quite a lot of space now, aren't we? We can see that we have our 3 main towns now all grown up and all just about filled in. We'll zone the rest of this later. And we've got our interchange connecting to the motorway over here. It doesn't connect to anything yet. It will do by the end of this episode, don't worry. And we've got these planning roads here that again do nothing but will by the end of this episode. We've had a problem in the post for the last few episodes. This little blinking light here will tell us exactly what that problem is. We placed down high density commercial, which requires highly educated workers. We don't have any. So some people might move in highly educated, but we aren't creating any. We need a university. At the end of the last episode, or in the middle of the last episode, we did unlock the chance to create our own university. And so we will. We've got a few things to fix along the way. Some traffic fixes that we need to get done. Some noise pollution that we need to find a fix for. We also need to join so we'll join our interchange up to the rest of our town. Probably here. I think that would seem natural enough. Or perhaps we come all the way around back here. We'll give it some thought. And some minor traffic fixes in the city. Perhaps a large traffic fix with this bridge. As we saw, if you stuck around for the tour at the end of the last episode, you'll have seen that actually it gets quite busy around here. And every now and again, we get some complaints of noise pollution from the traffic, I think. But we shan't worry ourselves too much with the little stuff for now when we've got big stuff on our docket for the day. So let's give some thought to how we want to join up our interchange, or how we want to connect to the motorway, essentially. So these guys here, we could just allow that connection there, and we that's fine, that works, it doesn't fail in any way. But you can see there's a lot going on down here that might want to make its way up here, and certainly by the time we are using this area here, we don't want all of that traffic to come through our original town. Look, you see the noise pollution popping up here. So we're going to pop some roads down. The roads that we used to create this junction here won't mesh perfectly well with the network that we've got here, so we'll have to do some design work to facilitate good connections here. You'll see what I mean when we get there. I've had a couple of practice goes at this, and we do need to do some work with the networks and our choice of roads. But that's all fine. So what we'll do first is let's find 2 connections into our original area. Let's find a road around here that can join up here. And let's find a road that runs through here, back here, perhaps as well. This area might struggle if we do that, but let's let it struggle. We're going to have to connect these 2 areas up somehow, and we can fix problems. But let's not prevent ourselves from causing problems because we're scared of fixing them. We will be able to fix them. So then, we'll begin with just trying to create some big roads across town. So let me choose our usual main road here, and without much further ado, I think we can start trying to find where these roads are going to end up going. So bear with me while I sketch all this out, and then I'll come back with you and justify myself to you. There. So that gives us just big picture what we're trying to do. So we've created some fast urban country roads through here. We haven't made our connections to our original area just yet, nor have we to our intersection. So we'll zoom in on those and see if we can't just decide how best to do them. So let's have a look here. We don't want to create too difficult a junction for people to navigate, but I don't think there's too much complexity here. We'll just pop that in. That's quite close to there, actually, now that we think about it. Perhaps the best location for that would be there. So there we go. That's great. And then we can just remove the trees. There we go. Right. So first connection established. I think that's good. I think that seems fine. This here, we cross the hedge here, so we can just fix that problem. Yeah, this road then comes up here. We'll take out the trees as we go. We cross the hedges here, so that does do quite a bit of damage. I wonder if we're able to easily fix this. Let's find out. I think that'll do. It's probably the best we could say about that. Anything if we said any more than that, we would be fooling ourselves, wouldn't we? Right. So this is all fine. This is all fine. This junction here. It's probably tricky to get to from there. So I wonder. Like that. Anyone that's driven around the UK will be familiar with this solution to that problem. So we're fine with that. This all winds around, run into some more trees here and here. Now, how do we make this connection into the back of Beechwood? It would seem unfair, wouldn't it, to just jam this massive country road into here? But if not that, then where does this road go? I mean, that is kind of our question to answer, but it's not obvious to me how we would deal with this. What we could do, and perhaps what we will do for now, at least, is trash some houses, because when do we not? When did we ever, viewers, face a problem that destroying a house didn't fix? There we go. And actually, that's probably fine, isn't it? Yeah. I think that's probably going to be fine. I think we can tidy this up. Tidy this up a bit here. Yeah, I think that's good. Right. Okay. So that will immediately be working as far as it goes, but it doesn't quite go far enough. We can see some more trees here. Let's make sure that we've got rid of all of them. Done, and also done. Now done. Right. Okay. So, like I say, viewers, I've had a couple of goes at just connecting this kind of road into this kind of road, and they look incredibly different. So it looks like it wouldn't work, and in fact, I can confirm it doesn't. It looks very, very, very janky. You get bits and pieces all over the place. So I'm going to make a couple of changes to the way that this interchange is finalized. I'm probably going to just use some space here to create a little roundabout, connect all of this in here, use a roundabout to hide some of the dirty work of network connections. I think probably what will end up will look different to this. Maybe not as elegant a solution for the cars, but it'll look great for us. We'll like it. It will work fine. So give me a few moments to piece that together, and again, I shall return to explain what it is that I have done. There we go. So I suspect you can probably make sense of what I've done here, but just in case, so the traffic coming off and traffic going on now joins and leaves our road with a roundabout. So nothing too complicated, and we've set this roundabout up correctly using Traffic Manager. All things here will be fine, and I'm sure at some point cars will come flooding in and justify the extreme largeness of this here. There's a lot that we could do with markings and things like that. Like we can see these aren't perfectly well integrated, and perhaps you can see why I've used this roundabout to, as I said earlier, sort of hide the dirty work, but it's fine. It's going to function perfectly well. There we go. And it also gives us the choice, should we want to connect this up to here in future if we needed to. I don't think we need to just yet. Right. Well, there we go. So so that's part one done. We've managed to create this roadway network that gets all the way up and around town. The next thing to do is start considering our university. So the start of our campus, at the start of our journey to creating a university, we have just the trade school that we can use. And actually, that probably suits where we are in this in this part of the country, right? We don't need some highfalutin academic university. We're quite happy actually with a place for people to learn trades, to take apprenticeships, to study, to support the industry and infrastructure that we have here, rather than creating anything else. So we will create a trade school campus, and I think actually being near the farm, being not in but near enough to the city, we can see some people using our roads. Look at this, it's great. This area here seems great, so we're gonna make use of this space here. A couple of ways in, close enough to all but turn water, but not everything can be close to everything, so fine. Let's make this campus area. Lovely stuff. And then we can find a way to put our main building in there. So let's we're not going to put far too much thought into this. We are going to find a couple of ways in, which we are going to use then to pop our main administration building in. We'll connect these two roads up, I think. Here we go. So let's start. Well, let's check the terrain. Actually, we haven't done too much looking at the terrain around here. You can see we are on a slope. That is definitely going to impact our building around here. So let's see if we can't just try and smooth out an area first for this. Here we go. That'll do. So we've flattened this area out. It's given us a big hill at the back, which is fine. I'm comfortable with that. So then, where would this be oriented? It feels like it probably wouldn't be there. I think probably what we would want to do is just have it this way around. It's going to insist on power and water. Lovely, right? And then some electricity. There we go. Power established. So that's it. Amity Trade School. No. Do they still have polytechnics? I'm not sure. Anyway, Ashbury Polytechnic is what we have here, and right. Let's see what we can do. We have one. Let's make it work. So, dormitory. This will feel very unlike the rest of our town, I think. So the buildings here are beautiful, but nothing like what we've got anywhere else. It is beautiful, isn't it? Right. So we will just live in our own little universe over here with Ashbury Poly. Ourselves a nice little roadway network for our students and the dorms, etc. And then, so let's take a look at what we've done. We've kind of just gone with the one of everything approach for the start. But let's talk about this and see if we like how it's all laid out. We can definitely move things around. So what we've done here is we've got this this gloriously beautiful main campus building and stuck a police academy like directly in front of it. This should be much more of a grand centerpiece, shouldn't it? So let's move this one. Because if this is the main entrance, and why wouldn't it be, then you'd want to be able to see that, which would mean we're going to need to move this this police academy. There we go, that's better. So so we've moved the main campus building right here to the center. We've got dormitories here, a couple of small buildings here, and this here. This looks like it might be just a fantastic, nice grand entranceway or park for our students, and perhaps we'll get there in time. We can see already there was quite a bit of demand for a university, and so we have actually quite a bit of activity. But it is obvious, isn't it, that we can do some more work to this area. So let's take some time to do that and then see where we end up. Right, so there's a few bits that we've done here. Let's take a closer look. Lots of car parks. It would seem that if our intentions are for this university to be successful, then it will have lots of people here. This wouldn't be enough, would it? But we could already see people parking on the streets still. So I think maybe what we'll do, actually, before we get too much into detail, something I should have done while I was doing everything else that I was doing, is just take parking off of the off all the roads. So let's do that first quickly. Well, that took far longer than it should. It says here, shift click, apply restrictions to entire road. It doesn't. It wasn't. It didn't. Holding shift. There you go. Holding shift really loudly, and it's not working. Anyway, done now. So we should start seeing people using the car parks. There are other car parks incorporated into the police academy and the dormitories. So feeling comfortable that people will have enough space. So what we've tried to achieve here is something quite glorious. As people walk in, we can see we've got this lovely fountain, the fantastic fountain, in fact, just a tourist attraction, which I think looks really nice. And then the statue of industry, and we can also see we've got some horrible terrain there. This statue of industry, just in case anyone wondered what this university was all about. We are all about that industry. The police academy looking lovely and green, backing onto our hills. The dormitories that we'd already placed. We put some concrete down all over the place as well, and we've left this area here for further landscaping. But I feel like I should probably do that a bit more up close. So we'll probably do that now. We'll take a moment or two just to consider how we want this area to look, particularly as it is the main entrance to our university, and then we'll do just a bit more landscaping before we finish up here. go. I think this looks great. I think this looks very deliberate, looks very well kept, as of course it would be. So some of these flowers are from the recent content creator pack. So we've got the rhododendrons here and the jacarandas, veritable hurricane of jacarandas. As well as the gazebos and the benches and other trees in here. I think this looks fantastic. Let's take just a closer look. So we can still see the walkway up to our main building, but also I can imagine in the summer, not least, students here, there, and everywhere, all across here. So that looks great. We're going to leave this area. I'm sure we'll need to grow into that space at some point soon. Let's see how we're getting on here. Nearly enough students, plenty of attractiveness. I wonder if having more attractiveness would get us more students. I suspect not. For now, the question is, will we get there before this gets there? We're in with a chance, aren't we? So we can turn our attention now to a few minor frustrations that our city has had. We can see here, this building here, I'll stop spinning the camera around. These guys complain about noise all the time. They don't like it here. We don't like them. They're gone. We're going to just dezone this whole bit. Actually, we need to rethink quite a bit of what we've got going on here. So I swear, dezone that before you started building. Don't you get in there. Okay, great. So this whole area, so much traffic coming down here, going around, coming down, coming in, coming down. We're not helping ourselves here. There's no straight line through to Turnwater. I suspect if we thought about it real hard, this road should connect here, shouldn't it? This road should come across here, connect to here. This should be a T-junction off that. I bet we would see far less traffic coming through here. So certain am I that we're going to do it. We're not going to think about it too hard. We are going to destroy some houses, sever some connections, remake some connections, and end up with something quite brilliant. Yeah, that's the change we're trying to make. So that should just turn this into a main road and go straight all the way through to Turnwater. Which I think will work better. And then that gives us some room to do some wrong button pressing. We can just do some more with our footpaths. Yeah, a little bit of detailing there. We'll just make that seem like it is how it always was. And once the pathing sort of fixes itself around here, we should see this work quite a bit better. So let's sort out some priority signals here. Done. Lovely. Right. That should help. That should help a lot. We should see then loads of traffic on this road, which might become a problem in time. I might see us widening the road in future, but not today, not for a while. I suspect. I think we're good with that. While we're talking traffic, the more traffic we put down, this is the main road that we created earlier from Turnwater. The more traffic we put on this junction, the less this junction makes sense. It feels to me like this being a roundabout might just improve everyone's day. And let's put that to the test by doing that, shall we? That looks great. Then we have somewhere one of these. Brick roundabout, right-hand drive, brick roundabout. There we go. Does that then mean that we want to make all of this a bit smaller? Let's see if we can do that. I think we might have cracked it. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's lovely, that, isn't it? looks perfect. Let's take a look from this angle. Yeah, I think we quite like that. Yeah, I think that looks great. So we do need to make sure that the traffic does what traffic should on a roundabout, like that. So it was a 50-mile-an-hour road. Let's zoom out and not notice that because, well, it can't possibly be correct, can it? Right, we'll let that do what it does. Right, just a little bit of jank here that we can fix, and it looks wonderful. Right, I suspect that's probably about enough for now, isn't it? We've made some significant improvements to the prioritization of the roads here. Whether that ultimately improves traffic, we will see. I know this road is going to continue to be very busy. Created a nice little mini roundabout here, which I think looks fantastic. More importantly, big old university or polytechnic. So this is going to continue to grow. Give me good news. No, we're not getting good news. I don't think we're going to get there this time round, but it gives us time to get another academic works as well. But this is going to be busy enough for a while. I suspect we can do a much better job of integrating this into the surroundings, but the more we grow this out, the more it will, the more that problem will sort of take care of itself. So yeah, that's good. And then also created a small series of main roads from our junction here into our various areas. One of the things that we might want to consider on another day is whether we can create alternative routes for traffic to get from this side of the river to this side of the river. Just this one bridge at the moment is putting quite a bit of strain, but it is what it is. For now, we're happy enough with where we are. So that'll about wrap it up for this. I'll leave you to follow some folks around our city, taking a look at the things that we've done in this episode, and then I will catch you for a final wrap up. Well, and so there you have it. We've managed to make it to the end of episode 9. I'm not quite sure which of the tours you will have followed. I record quite a few of them and just pick the best ones as we go. Sometimes when you're following cars around the city, you notice some of the problems that exist. Some of the problems with perhaps heights with some braking, with this park gate, for example. We can't leave it, can we? We can't leave it like this. We've got to somehow try and fix it. There we go. It's a steep climb up, but it's better than the path hovering in midair. And well, if this doesn't look fantastic, here we are at Ashbury Polytechnic. Still managed to make a lot of money. Haven't added many residents in this episode, but I think knocked down more houses than we did zone squares. So I think we're going to be okay. This looks fantastic. Very happy with how this has worked. I don't think we'll level up first time round, but perhaps we will second time around. And that will be on episode 10. If you enjoyed this episode, please like it. If you do like it, please remember to leave a comment and let me know what it was you liked about it. If you take the time to do that, please also subscribe so you don't miss out on what's coming next in Ashbury Dales. Hit the notification bell to stay up to date with everything we do here. For now, I hope you enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you very much for spending your time with me, and take care.